Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because, wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
We're old ladies yelling at clouds right now. What fresh hell?
Laughing in the face of motherhood. All my muffin is under my belly button. With Margaret Abels
and Amy Wilson. When you weigh, 90 pounds, they look pretty cute.
A podcast that solves today's parenting dilemmas
so you don't have to. I have never done anything with my eyebrows. Hello, everyone, and welcome to What Fresh Hell? Laughing in the Face of Motherhood. This is Margaret.
And this is Amy. And this week we're talking about why is this a thing?
Let me tell you, brace yourselves, settle in. This episode is going to be 17 and a half hours long.
It's like the hall closet that's overly full with sports equipment.
Why are all of these things a thing? In prepping for this episode, I got more and more angry. I was like, I didn't even remember that, but now I'm mad it's a thing.
I was getting side texts from family members, too, for this episode. Like, don't forget this. Like, make sure to add this one on.
Yeah. Again, settle in.
Yeah.
This is going to be a marathon. Like, get some snacks, get a comfy seat, because we're going to be here a while.
First, I have a mailbag for you.
But first, mailbag.
Mailbag.
It better be a short one.
Jessa on Facebook said, I listened to the Safe Spaces episode last weekend. Like, should we be safe spaces for our kids? That's a good episode if you haven't listened to that one yet. And she says, I want to say that Amy's description of shared dysregulation, in other words, like when your kid's cranky, you're cranky. When your kid is having a hard time, they want you to also have a hard time, and they will try to, give you the same mood they have. There's a name for that, she says. It's actually called negative attunement. She said it's like Misery Loves Company, but between a parent and a kid. So it's negative attunement. Watch this space for heavy use of that term.
Oh, yes. Amy will be doing a deep dive.
Right. Next week, negative attunement.
Normally, I say don't come at Amy on her research, but this was actually a value add. This was an improv yes and.
Yes.
And it really took you to a new level. And Amy will be spending this week, after we talk for 17 hours about why is this a thing, Amy will be going into a marathon session of researching negative attunement.
It's my lived experience, and I also am going to.
It's validating. I feel seen and also agree.
Yeah, thanks, Jessa.
Amy, we went to our Facebook page, as we are wont to do, and from Target's all prairie dresses all the time pivot to over-the-top kids' birthday parties, what's something you just kind of wonder, why is this a thing?
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me.
Yes. And I have to explain because I got some questions. One, we have someone assisting us on the show now who is she is a youth. And she was like, what does this mean, Target prairie dresses? And I realized there are people who don't spend as much time as we do in Target. Like they don't. And I explained at Target now, all of the mannequins are wearing weird, like Little House on the Prairie farm dresses. And she said, well, why are they doing that? And I said, exactly.
Why indeed?
Why is this a thing? But in case you're not aware, if you don't live in Target as I do, I think it's kind of ending now, but for a while they pivoted to really strange prairie dresses for moms. And then there were a lot of hilarious Instagrams where women were wearing them and like standing out in their backyards with pitchforks. And it was hilarious. Like everyone looked like a really depressed Ma from Little House on the Prairie.
Those were in style. Like when I graduated from high school, I'm wearing like an absolute like tablecloth, like lace tablecloth, like a Gunny Sacks dress. Old deluxe alert. Back in my day.
And the key is it has to be really tight across the chest.
Yes.
And then have a random ruffle running down the seam that attaches the sleeve.
Yep.
And again, like, this is not something that looks good on 98% of the population, maybe 99.5% of the population. Like, I'm not really sure. I think, again, we're getting distracted. We're going to get back.
Okay.
Cottagecore. Have you heard that term?
No, but I mean, I get it. Like negative attunement, I deeply understand it.
Yeah. The super youngs, I think, had gotten into this look that they call cottagecore, like long Laura Ashley type dresses with like these little boots. And it was Little House on the Prairie-esque, but it's the wrong look for moms. Leave that to the youngs.
Leave it to the super youngs. Yeah.
The super youngs. The middle youngs don't know about it. The little youngs are doing cottagecore and we're just confused.
Feeling it.
All right, let's just get this one out of the way because we've talked about it enough. If you don't know my stance by now, go back and review the podcast. Birthday goodie bags. We know that this is my, what do you call it, Amy? My pet peeve. Yes, this is really something I'm against. I often say that instead of goodie bags, we should just contract with Party City to deliver the goodie bags directly to the dumpster and cut out the middleman. Like, why should I hand it to someone else on the way to the dumpster? Mm-hmm. Carrie says, why are birthday goodie bags sent to school? This is not something that happens in our school. I know people either love or hate goodie bags, but I enjoy giving goodie bags to a party gift. But to send 25 goodie bags a multiple treat for kids, why? I mean, this is not something that happens at my school, and I don't think it would be allowed.
No.
Especially our school has pretty much gone food free at this point. And then Rachel just says goodie bags at kids' parties. I don't think I need to expand why. We all hate them. Let's stop the madness. Rachel and I are I'm going to quit the podcast. Rachel's going to leave her family and we are going to go on tour nationwide as anti-goodie bag crusaders.
But that's like goodie bags like QED.
I have to go back for 1 second, Amy.
Okay.
You love the phrase QED.
Yes.
And it is now time in the podcast for me to admit that I have no idea what that stands for.
Oh, it's a mathematical thing. It's a geometry thing. QED means quod erat demonstrandum in Latin. It means that's already been proven. Like a triangle has 3 sides.
Facts already in evidence, as we say on Law and Order.
Right. A triangle has 3 sides, QED. Like, I don't need to go through explaining that to you. Like, we're going to start from that point that a triangle has 3 sides. So, like, party bags absolutely shouldn't exist.
QED.
QED, thanks to 5 years of this podcast.
Wow. I'm glad. I hate to interrupt you, but I am glad because you've said it like 4 times and I was like, I don't know what that means, but I guess everyone else does. But I think now that I've heard it, no one else knew what it meant.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Unless you're a mathematician. Yeah.
QED. Sometimes Amy flies a little close to the sun and we have to bring her back. All
right. But let's talk about summer camp signups, because this one, I think, is something that we need to newly establish as a problem. Laura says, why are summer camp signups like concert tickets? This Monday morning, I had to be logged into my account and ready to sign up at 7 a.m. for local science camps. And like 4 minutes later, 50 sessions were sold out. And then your kid can't go this summer and they're crying. Like, why is that? Why do they create scarcity around summer camps?
Or is it just that, like, there's only so many good summer camps, like concert tickets, like there's just only so many. But this is why my children basically like don't participate in after school activities, because now the pandemic has frozen it all. But there used to be like a day where at 8:30 in the morning, you had to be like either exactly finger above the button or possibly, I think when we first moved here, lined up in person at a building in town so that your kid got into chocolate club and wasn't stuck in like, you know, I don't know, one of the card game club or something they didn't want to do. I'm sure there are people who love card games, but whatever, a club they weren't into. And there was always like kickball was, you know, like anything just like generally athletic was kind of left at the bottom. Mm-hmm. But I have just accepted that I am a mom who cannot do these things. And this is the first summer, and my kids are 13, 12, and 10, that we have no summer plans.
Wow.
We decided to save the summer camp money. We're going to go on 2 nice trips. And then I'm going to hire a bunch of local teenagers to come and chase my children in circles around the house. That is what we are doing. That's the plan.
Like Darth Vader with the boombox at your kid's birthday party.
Oh my God. I wish I could remember what episode that was, because if you haven't heard it, it's my favorite story in the world. That
He showed up and break danced, which is definitely outside the Darth Vader canon. That's not in the show Bible.
Yeah. We hired a really random Darth Vader who I was like, what do you do? What do you do? What's the plan? And he was like, what did he say, Amy? What was the...
We have fun, you said.
We have fun. And like, he just started breakdancing and then the kids started attacking him. And that was the whole party. Like he would run and the kids would all chase him and try to kill him, I suppose, was what they were trying to do.
Best party ever.
And that's camp this summer. I'm going to hire a local child to run and my kids will chase them.
You know, not standing in line for something. This came up when my son was signing up for his first semester of college classes, that you don't have to go stand in the long line anymore and hope that, you know, it's not sold out when you get up there. He had to log on at 7 a.m. I made sure he was up. I sat next to him and he had his, you know, plan A and his plan B. And again, like the agita over it being 7:02 a.m. and all 350 available spots in Spanish 101 were gone. And then also math gone. Like, I didn't understand it. Now that you have data, large university, why don't you have enough Spanish 101 for freshmen? Like, that just seemed crazy to me. When we were standing in line, you had an excuse. Now it's like, if there aren't enough science camps, Museum of Science, open a second science camp, you'll make twice as much money. I don't understand. Put me in charge.
Yeah, Amy, we're ready for you to take over the camps of America, yeah. All the camps.
Because I'd love to do that. I would love to.
You're like, hi, I'm Amy Wilson, CEO of every camp everywhere. This was Disney World was like this. There's an app. If you've been, you know. And they just recently redid the app. Very controversial. I don't know anything about that because we only did it the new way. But you have to, it's 6:30 in the morning. You have to like have your finger hovered over the app. And then it's 7 o'clock. Like we've started with a large spousal fight every morning where I was like, you're going for Rise of the Resistance. I'm going for Runaway Train. And like, he would get Runaway Train. And I'm like, no, you were supposed to do it. I mean, it's wild. Like, what a world.
Yeah, I think they think we want like that scarcity, you know, adrenaline more than we do. We consider that.
Ugh, I don't know what's going on. We don't want it. Amy, I have a bone to pick with Rebecca. She says, why are wide leg, low rise jeans a trend? Seriously, I will stick with my old fashioned high rise, even if it makes me look a million years old.
I'm a mid rise person. What are you?
I love a wide leg jean, as you well know. I mean, I like my jeans to be like, if I could get a pair of jeans that were like 2 circus tents, that would be my ideal. I really, really like wide jeans. I like them to flare out at the bottom like bell bottoms. I like a wide jean.
Okay. They're back. Good news. They're back.
I know. But I will say, and I do think that this is true, I'm tall. And I do know that for my shorter friends, I think that wide leg jeans are maybe easier to wear when you're tall. I could see it. Like a short person with short legs wearing really wide leg pants might look stranger than a tall person. Is that a thing? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I've been jean shopping recently with my 14-year-old, and the jeans she wants to wear, and half the store is like mom jeans, like, you know, super mom jeans. They're all called like mom pants, mom jeans. And that's what she wants more than anything. And they're like the SNL mom jeans, Tina Fey, like skit about like, look how unflattering these jeans are that are really high and tight in the waist and then kind of balloon out over the hips.
Yeah, that's another trend. Mom jeans.
Yeah.
Never liked high rise jeans, like jeans that button at my belly button.
Yeah, I'm seeing them. Like, yeah, I'm not going back to low rise. You like low rise.
I like low rise. They hit me right. I have a little always pregnant belly. I carry all my weight between my belly button and below. And so the low rise jeans, like they cradle my little pooch in a way that I enjoy.
It doesn't come out over that's the problem with the low rise is that, like, I wondered why muffin top was like a new parlance that came in, you know, like in the 2000s, like mid 2000s. Why would we come up with this new term muffin top? Why had there never been a term before? What did women, you know, postpartum women have before? They didn't have a muffin top because there weren't low rise pants. There were higher pants that hit you at the waist.
No, see, if I wear higher pants, then I really get muffin top. I feel like all my pooch, all my muffin is under my belly button. So a low rise hits me just right. But somehow if I go too high, then the muffin tops.
But the muffin top comes out over the top of the high rise?
I mean, you're learning a lot about my personal biology, probably too much. Amy, everyone is built in different shapes. Everybody's different and everybody's great, okay? And wherever your genes fit you best is right for you.
Or don't fit you best.
Yeah.
The comfiest.
While we're on the topic of kids' clothes, a lot of thoughts about crop tops for 5-year-olds.
And 14-year-olds, like, can we please get shirts that go all the way to the pants? It's very hard to do.
Yeah, my daughter, 10, is just starting, and she likes the way it looks. You know, she likes them short. And I finally bought a bunch of like camisoles, and I'm like, if it's riding up over your belly, you have to put this underneath over your pants. I don't want to see your belly. I'm an old lady. Like, put some clothes on.
Look, I mean, Britney Spears was doing it 20 years ago. So it's like, it's back again. And only it's our kids.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to do a whole other episode about like, how much does it matter what our kids wear? But like, I really don't want to see my 10-year-old in an outfit that feels sexy to me.
Yes.
But I would like, let's put a pin in that and like have a longer discussion about that. Cause I'm not sure what the right answer is. Like, how much should I control what she wears? How much say should I have? Let's do an episode on that.
Right. Okay. I have a lot of thoughts on that.
Yeah. And then the other thing is like the slogans on the t-shirts. I saw a t-shirt for children somewhere, and the slogan on it said, I will spend your money, like a girl's t-shirt. It's wild what's out there. Like, what's going on? We're not for it, Amy. We're going to do a whole episode, but we know we're against that.
We're old ladies yelling at clouds right now.
Yeah, we really are. We're shaking a broom on our porch, and we will be back to do even more of that after this.
For some of us, tax season is one of the only times that we look at our finances fully. And once it's over, well, that was terrible. And it is completely understandable not to want to think about it for another whole year. But using Monarch and being intentional with your finances in an ongoing way helps you see where your money is going and how you can put your refund to best use.
We are here to tell you, simplify your finances with Monarch. Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool designed to make your life easier. It brings your entire financial life, budgeting, accounts and investments, net worth, and future planning together in one dashboard on your phone or laptop.
Feel aware and in control of your finances this tax season and get 50% off your Monarch subscription with code FRESH.
As you know, my husband and I are preparing to send, 3 kids off to college, and I cannot tell you how helpful Monarch has been in showing us our full financial picture, helping us to track our spending and reach important savings milestones. Our weekly meeting, Amy, it's now run by Monarch.
Love it. Achieve your financial goals for good with Monarch, the all-in-one tool that makes money management simple.
Use code FRESH at monarch.com for half off your first year. That's 50% off at monarch.com, code FRESH.
All my kids learned to swim when they were little. It was super important to me that they be confident and safe in the water. There was only one problem with that, taking them to swim lessons. I mean, the pools were freezing. There were always cranky adults doing laps right there. And it was definitely not, for any of us, what you would call fun.
Amy, heard. But now there's Goldfish Swim School. Goldfish takes a really thoughtful approach to swim lessons, combining research-based teaching with a warm, kid-friendly environment that actually helps kids thrive in the water.
Every detail at Goldfish is thoughtfully designed to create a golden experience, from shiver-free, warm indoor pools to comfy waiting areas for parents to professionally trained lifeguards on deck.
Goldfish uses an approach called the science of swim play, which combines guided play with proven teaching techniques to help kids learn to swim, build water safety skills, and gain confidence, all at their own pace. Lessons are designed to meet kids exactly where they're at.
If you've been thinking about swim lessons or just wondering where to start, this is a great opportunity. Right now, Goldfish Swim School is offering a waived membership plus your child's first lesson free at participating locations.
Just visit goldfishswimschool.com/free to find a location near you and enroll using promo code FREE.
That's goldfishswimschool.com/free, promo code FREE.
Amy, let's talk about gender reveal parties.
Why are they a thing?
Yeah, I mean, they're after our time. I've never been to one and I never had one. I never even found out the gender of my children before they were born.
That's what I was going to say. My hot take is wait to find out. It's super fun to be surprised in the room.
I feel that I would be very annoyed to be invited to a gender reveal party. Again, it's another activity around your baby. Maybe. I feel like if you want to have the grandparents over in the backyard and like cut into a cake, it's fine with me. I do think that, like, as Danielle says, gender reveal parties should be more accurately called, guess what genitalia my fetus has? Like,
and then wait, we'll tell you with outdated ideas of what color males and females should wear and prefer.
Yeah, it feels dated and weird. And then it has also now grown into like, two people jump out of a plane and the one who's in blue, opens the parachute. It's become that kind of like race to nowhere of like, if you explode balloons, then I set a giant forest fire with a rocket. I just think maybe we should just take a step back from these.
Gender reveal, but make it dangerous.
Yeah. And then Andrea brought up not only promposals, let's put a pin. We'll get back to promposals, but she said baby gender reveals, pet gender reveals, parens. I'm not making this up, close parens. If you invite me to your pet gender reveal party, I will spray everyone at the party with a hose.
I don't even understand this. So this be you're getting a dog from a breeder, which is already, a choice, right? And then that you're going to get a girl puppy. Like, seriously, nobody cares except...
Or your parakeet, like, has eggs. It's a complete mystery. Skip my invitation to your gender reveal party and but really your pet gender reveal party. I want no part of it.
Okay.
Let's go back to promposals, though. I have not been in the place of promposals.
Like, they're not a thing so much in New York City. So, like, I've had a son go to a prom and he went with his girlfriend. It wasn't a promposal. It was understood. That's really what's so weird about it. Like, you're going out, like, you like each other. Will you go to the prom with me? Again, it doesn't have to have skydiving in it, but now it kind of does.
I'm going to go old school. Here's the correct way to ask anyone to the prom. You awkwardly shuffle up to their locker with always looking at your feet, making eye contact with your feet the entire time.
Yes, yes.
And then you awkwardly mumble in a voice that is almost too low to hear, will you go to prom with me? Mm-hmm. That's how we ask people to the prom. There's no other way.
I'm in general opposed to having important conversations over text. But if you are a shy teenager, that's also available. Will you go to the prom with me?
Yeah, prom ? As a text. That's fine with me.
That's fine. But now you have to do, when I saw this starting to happen for my friends' kids, I was just like, what in the world? Really? It's so stressful and outdated because it's like the guy has to ask the girl. I mean, I guess if it's two boys or two girls.
I never got asked to the prom. I may have mentioned this before. I was not a popular child in high school, and I ended up going to my senior prom with my first cousin because...
He won't let you forget it either. I've been in the room as he's brought it up. Yeah.
But I mean, it is like, what's scary about it to me looking back is like, I thought it was a really good idea. I was like, here's a solution to a problem. Like, I don't know any boys who will speak to me. I really get along with my cousin. I have a great time with him. I will bring him to the prom. And like, then people were like, how do you know each other? And I was like, we're cousins. And people were like, appalled. It was a pretty weird move, but looking back, it didn't seem weird at the time.
Here's a hot take for you. Why are proms a thing? Like, I think there should be a party that you get to celebrate that we're seniors, but this idea, my son's high school, because of COVID, did it on a boat last year. They did like a little dinner cruise around the Hudson River. And so it wasn't a dinner dance. You didn't have to sit down at table 8 and then awkwardly ask. Like, there was a dance floor. There was music. You could also stand outside in the boat. You could also, and so groups of kids, some kids went with dates and some kids went with their friends. And you could wear a suit if you wanted to, and you could wear a Halloween costume if you wanted to. That's what it should be. It just be a big party.
I guess. And then you can ask somebody. I mean,
yeah, you can ask if they're going out, you're going to go together.
Going back to our dating episode, I think it is nice to be able to be like, hey, I like this girl. I want to take her to prom, like to practice the feeling of like, I have a romantic feeling towards someone and I want to ask them to prom. But I think there should probably be an option for like, and that's always what we did. We went with a group. I would say back in my day, like you kind of had to have an identifiable date, like you had to write your date's name on a card. And I went to an all girls school. So, you had to like scrounge up a date.
And the dates were boys at that time, for sure, right? Like nobody was saying, I'm going to bring in a girl.
Yes, correct. That's right. So like your dates were boys. And I mean, it was a random assortment. I mean, a lot of us, especially me, had no contact with boys. So I, again, invited my cousin. But it was pretty awkward. And I feel like if you go to a co-ed school or you're allowed to invite someone of any gender, then you're better off. Like it seems like, okay, first of all, it's less like heteronormative. Second of all, it's less pressure. And then also there could be an expectation of like no dates at all. But I think there is something a little bit in that time of life where it's like, this is a good time to start practicing like expressing romantic feelings towards other people.
I guess. If you're one of those people.
All right, we've gotten far afield. Let's just go back to why is this a thing?
Yeah.
How about kids' milestones? This is an interesting thing. How are we made to feel so stressed about kids' milestones when it will all work out? Not talking about, sure, kids don't have major issues in addressing them, but more like if your kid potty trains at 2 versus 3, or they talk earlier or later, why does it sometimes feel like a competition?
We've had a pediatrician write in about this before because we were sort of like, milestones, they just make people feel bad. And this pediatrician was like, yeah, but we were talking about head sizes, how you and I and half the people we know were told our babies had dangerously giant baby heads. And it was not, like whatever. They just have big heads. Some babies have big heads. And this pediatrician was like, yeah, but sometimes it is a thing. So it's like we do need to have these. We're sorry we alarm people unnecessarily, but sometimes it's not unnecessarily. So that's true.
This is what I think. Your milestones should come from your pediatrician, not your neighbors or your friends.
Or Facebook. Right.
Or Facebook. Because I do think I have often pushed back on the thing where I'm sort of like, what are your kids reading? Like I'm trying to find a good book for my 4th grader. And people are like, my child is reading,
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, oh, okay. Could I just talk to someone who was going to be like, my weird school books are fun for 4th graders? Like, I do think there's 2 different things going on here. So like the developmental milestones of like, is your kid walking yet? Is he walking yet? Oh, mine's walking. He's cruising. He's pulling up. That's competition. But I absolutely agree that having had a kid who did not meet some developmental milestones, it turned out to be an issue that is fine now, but that needed to be addressed with physical therapy and some other therapies, and that you want to do those therapies young. So if it feels like Keeping Up with the Joneses, like who's got the best walker conversation, it's a no. But if your pediatrician gives you developmental guidelines, you should pay attention to them. You should also take them with a grain of salt. My dad famously did not walk until he was like 16 months old. And my grandmother apparently like had back problems because she would carry him everywhere because she was so embarrassed he didn't know how to walk. He turned out fine. So kids can talk at 4 and have no lingering issues, but you should not ignore a kid who doesn't have any words at 4.
Yeah.
Because everyone will basically turn out the same. Both things are true at the same time.
This is hard because I feel like this is you have to set up your own sort of defense system around like, I'm not going to worry that my sister thinks that it's weird he's not walking yet at 16 months. You have to sort of separate out what doesn't matter.
I want to shout out Mara, or it could be Mara. Kids shopping carts at stores. Like the first time I saw this, I was like, it's so adorable. And these are the worst ideas. My guess is that they're like phasing these out because people have figured out that this is just an excuse for toddlers to like ram other people's shins with carts while they run around pretending to shop.
These are like, I'm sorry, guys, I'm unfamiliar as a city dweller.
You're in New York City. They don't have these.
It's a tiny regular shopping cart that they're going up and down the aisles with?
Correct. It's like mommy's little helper. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually haven't seen one in a while, but they were a little bit hot when my kids were little. And the first time I saw one, I thought, oh, how fun. But you have your own full-size shopping cart. You've completely lost control of your running toddler.
You're doing this, right? Like you're like looking, you can't see over the edge of your 6-packs of Coke or whatever.
All you can hear from like 3 hours away is like, sorry, mommy, I bashed the lady. And there's like someone crying and you're like, I'm just going to run away now.
Yeah. Why are those a thing?
That was a bad idea. A lot of people did not like dinosaurs on boy clothes. Why do all little boys' clothes have dinosaurs or trucks on them?
Yeah.
Why can't there be other popular prints for boys? Also, why is everything gray or blue? The girls section has all sorts of colors, but everything for little boys is gray or blue. Interesting.
It's so true. If you go to a store for little kids, like the clothes, there's like 80% girls. And then there's like one little, one aisle for boys. And yeah, they're definitely overselling. Now, I had a dump truck aficionado in my house, but yeah, it's either dump trucks or dinosaurs. And dinosaurs, I do think we sort of ram that down kids' throats. Like, you're going to learn a lot about dinosaurs, little boy. And it's like, it's one of many things a kid could be interested in.
Yeah. And my daughter famously had like a 3 or 4-year-old birthday party. And it was a princess paleontology party. So the kids all came in giant princess dresses. But then we had little plastic paleontologist hats, and they were like digging for dinosaur bones. And yeah, I think... yeah, the gender stuff is wild. I do think it's getting a little bit better, but at a snail's pace. There was a famous thing years ago that one of the big diaper companies' boxes, the picture was a little boy wearing diapers, like a 1-year-old just standing with a briefcase in his hand. And the other box, first of all, there's no such thing as girls and boys diapers, but the girls' box of diapers, the girl was doing something absurd. Like she had a spatula. It was that kind of craziness. And people got outraged and they changed it. But like things change so slowly. The idea of like, can we not decide on like our child's gender-based fate at one based on like wildly outdated concepts of what boys and girls are interested in?
I think it is getting better. Like Target now they just have kids' clothes. They have preteens' clothes. And there's no assumption that, a kid who's a girl isn't going to want a dinosaur t-shirt. So we're getting there. But then there's the real world.
Ways to go. All right, we'll be right back.
Amy, when I'm having a good hair day, it usually makes my whole day better. And that's why on every day, I'm taking Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand. And it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. Nutrafol's hair growth supplements are peer-reviewed, NSF certified for sport, and clinically tested. Nutrafol offers multiple formulas for men and women, tailored to different life stages and lifestyle factors, so you get support that's actually right for you. Adding Nutrafol to your daily routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed, with automated deliveries and free shipping to keep you on track. Let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code LAUGHING. That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code LAUGHING. My favorite skincare products actually feel more like self-care, like they're so nice to put on and they smell so good that I'm actually happy when I get to that part of my day. And I swear that is how I feel about Osea's anti-aging body balm.
Amy, you are usually the lotions and potions queen on this podcast, but I have to say, hard agree.
Osea's anti-aging body balm is a liquid silk body balm that combines the lasting hydration of a lotion with the firming power of a serum, leaving skin smoother and firmer.
This body balm is clinically tested and designed to deliver visible results you can see and feel.
So we've gotten to use this product for a couple of months now, and I swear I have really noticed firmer and smoother skin, like on the back of my hands. It's like getting a mini spa treatment from head to toe.
Get a spring-worthy glow with clean, clinically tested skincare from Osea. And right now, we have a special discount just for our listeners.
Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code FRESH at OseaMalibu.com.
That's 10% off your first order with code FRESH at OSEAMalibu.com. And now, things we say that make us suspect we might be oldie-locks.
From the What Fresh Hell podcast.
Oh, I hurt myself turning over too vigorously while I was napping.
Oh, that wasn't long ago. It was about 10 years ago in the late 90s.
I hope they gave you a discount on those jeans with the big holes in them.
I can't understand any of the words to this song.
Is it from the TikTok?
Why is Madonna playing on the oldies station?
Honey, don't worry. If I'm going to be late, I'll leave you a message on the answering machine on your cell phone.
Hold on. I'll be right there. I just have to get up from the couch.
Kids, stop screaming in the car or I can't concentrate to parallel park.
I just need to print out this email so I can read it more carefully.
Oh, let me get a picture. You look so cute. Okay, hold on. Somehow it's on video. Oh, no, wait. Now it's me. No, I don't want a picture of my face. How do I flip the camera? Please, stay still. You're so cute. I'm going to get it. What is portrait mode?
You know, back in my day...
This has been Things We Say Now That Make Us Suspect We Are Oldilocks.
From the What Fresh Hell podcast.
Amy, let's start random. Let's just go in real random. And I could not agree with this more. Big eyebrows.
Yeah.
This is such a funny thing. I mean, Amy and I see each other. I have never done anything with my eyebrows. You have dark eyebrows. Do you do stuff to your eyebrows?
I mean, I put like eyebrow pencil on them as part of my makeup. Yes. Because I've got like dark hair, pale skin. So, and my eyebrows, you know, I'm of a certain age. My eyebrows need a little help. I
do not do anything to my eyebrows, but I realize I probably should. But thinking about my eyebrows has truly never occurred to me during this lifetime. I have never thought to myself, like, I need my eyebrows to look different. Mm-hmm. I have one eyebrow that grows like crazy long, like Andy Rooney, like it will go into my eyeball eventually.
Oh, yeah.
So I usually cut that off because it looks insane that I have one like 3 foot long eyebrow, but I've had that since I was like a teenager. I occasionally do clip that bad boy back. But the thing, you see it on Facebook all the time. They're like, look at this amazing thing. And then they put like a piece of plastic on their eyebrow and they put like powder on it.
Yeah.
And then they pull it off. And to me, they have like Muppet eyebrows, like 2 giant pieces of felt above their eyes. But that's very hot now.
That is strange to me because I'm like, yes, I like a well filled in brow. You know, I like when there's hair, but I don't understand the like stenciled triangle of brown marker. But we're not supposed to. It's not for us.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the reveals and I'm like, oh, no, this lady's going to scream when she sees her crazy face. And she's like, it's perfect. Like, it's that foreign to me.
And sometimes people tattoo it on. Why is that a thing?
Oh, Lord, people. God bless you. Whatever you want to do with your eyebrows, respect. But I agree that I find it very confusing.
Let's go to another random one. Katie wants to know why puppuccinos are a thing. Do you know what these are?
I mean, another on the list of 8,000 reasons I don't have a dog.
Yeah. She said, my kids begged me to get one for our dog after watching some dog vlog. Why are those a thing? And it was literally some whipped cream in a cup. I feel like a fool. Marshmallow doesn't know about puppuccinos.
I'm going to say that I blame the TikTok for many of these things. I feel like TikTok is responsible for dogs need a cappuccino.
For dogs need a lot of things, right? Like I had to find a picture of my dog recently. We're renting a house for a week this summer and we were going to bring the dog. And so the owner of the home quite reasonably is like, I just asked for a picture of the pet so I kind of understand, you know, what kind of pet it is.
I like that you think that's reasonable. I think it's really weird, but okay.
Well, it's her house. It's her house and I'm bringing the dog.
What can she tell about a dog from a picture? I guess she knows it's small.
You can tell what kind of breed it is and how big it is. Yeah, I'm like, it's small. Well, what's small? Let me see it. But anyway, for me to dig up a picture of Marshmallow, and I wasn't home at the time I was traveling, so I couldn't just, you know, go take a picture of her. To find a picture of Marshmallow, I finally had to go to one of my kids' Instagram feeds to find a picture of my dog, like with sunglasses on, of course.
There's a lot to unpack in that phrase, Amy.
But that's unusual, I think, for a dog owner these days to not have like extensive
photo evidence,
photo evidence of their daily existence.
I do take a lot of pictures of my cat because she's just cute. Another thing that we have to blame on TikTok, many things. People shouted out Elf on the Shelf, the leprechaun, like all of the like fake holiday things.
The leprechaun trap. That was what my sister, she's like, do not finish this episode without saying like leprechaun traps. Like people, we have to stop with this.
Yeah, I think that's, and I don't know if that's TikTok, but I do know that anything but a backpack day, we can blame on TikTok. I have never heard of this, but 7 different people wrote mean things about it, as they should.
So what's anything but a backpack day?
Someone posted recently, apparently it's a thing that kids' schools now do, anything but a backpack day. Like you can bring your school supplies in anything but a backpack. Like you can bring it like in a garbage bag, like a Santa sack, or you can bring it in like a suitcase. It's like a fun thing to do. But I mean, apparently Gina definitely says this is something we can blame TikTok for.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think like how you could be extra with that. There are probably a lot of ways. Like, so you just put it in a different bag and bring it to school in a different bag. Like who cares? But there's probably, how is this fun for the kids? Because once they're just walking into school and then putting it away.
I just feel like, guys, it's all fun enough. It's school. It's not supposed to be fun.
This is a good one. Jenna wants to know like why it's a thing that when you have a Facebook birthday that everybody else has to go through. People are just being nice, right? But there are people who are like, they'll say happy birthday every year on Facebook, even though you haven't seen each other in 15 years. And now you have to like go in and individually thank the 300 people who have wished you a happy birthday on Facebook. Why is this a thing? Now you have to message them back on Facebook to say thank you for messaging me, wishing me a happy birthday. And it's a thing. I mean, I just don't, but I feel bad about it and don't write back to the 300 people.
We've talked about this before. Two kind of people in the world. People who reply to everybody who wishes them happy birthday on Facebook and people who don't.
And people who wish people happy birthdays on Facebook and people who don't. I am neither of these people.
Yes, I'm a Facebook wisher generally. And then I probably set the bar too high. I started by being like, hey, Amy, I really think that you are an awesome podcast. So I actually try to say something nice to the person.
Okay. Instead of HBD.
Yeah. Well, I do like to write to some people and be like, I have gone out of my way to come all the way to your wall with these 3 simple letters. HBD. Like I try to make a joke of how dumb it is to wish people. And then I have a friend, one of my closest friends' husband does my favorite thing that happens on Facebook. He does a bit every year on his birthday where he, about 4:00 in the afternoon, starts calling out people by tagging them who have not wished him happy birthday. And he puts like a big clock up and he's like, the clock is ticking. I have not heard from. And they're like, I'm sure like his mechanic and like just random people. But it is to me such a funny bit. I laugh at it every year. I wait his birthday every year when he starts like randomly naming people who have yet to wish him happy birthday, because it's a great goof on what's so dumb about that.
It's a great goof. Although I will say, like when I do wake, it's not like I'm not happy on my birthday to wake up and have 300 people I went to high school with wishing me a happy birthday. Like it is kind of nice.
But it's a kind of an empty happiness, you know? It's a little bit like I got I think I posted on Facebook. I got a text one morning and it was like, on your special day, we hope that great things, you know, and I was like, who is this from? And it was from my dentist from like 7 years ago when I lived in LA.
Like dentist. Yeah. Previous.
It's kind of like, I don't need a text from and it was really emotional. I was like, is this from like my long lost brother? And it was like, no, it's from your dentist from 7 years ago.
Why are those a thing?
I want to just read. There was a lot of complaining about swimsuits and how they fit and don't cover the right pieces. But Chrissy really summed this whole topic up with, amen. Cut those things below the cheeks, people. Nobody looks good with half a cheek oozing out. No, I mean, cover the bum. That's the thing. I think there are some people who look good in almost anything, but I like a lot of coverage at this point.
Okay, I have a good one. Jen, you are ringing my bell with this one. Why does it take 40 minutes to check into a hotel that you've already reserved? I just went on vacation with my husband and my daughter, and they're like, sit down. Like I think they think the longer that it takes, the more glamorous that it feels to you. It's like just give me my key. It should take 30 seconds and they type and then there's a screen. They have to sign something. And yeah, what is that about? Why is that a thing? You should be able to just walk to your room. I think there are certain like apps where you can do that, but like I hate that.
Wait, I feel, tell me if I'm right, the more expensive the hotel, the longer it takes to check in.
Absolutely.
Because we spend a lot of time at like Holiday Inns, you know, like we drive up and okay, let's stay nearer to the place we're going. And if you go on, you know, a more generic brand hotel, my husband has an app where the key to the room pops up on his phone. You walk in and you walk right to your room and you check in. But twice lately, one was Disney World and the other was my husband and I got away for a weekend and we had points from the pandemic and we upgraded to really fancy hotels. And for some reason, like they want you to start the experience with like 40 minutes of standing around while they check 86 different things.
Amen. And like with this place, our room wasn't ready yet. So like, we'll text you when your room's ready. P.S. They didn't. I go back like 2 hours later, like, is our room ready? Oh, yes, it is. And I'm like, have my hand out, like, may I have the key? Have a seat. Like, I don't want to have a seat. I don't want this like bespoke experience. Hand me my room key. Right. We're not friends.
We're not friends. Give me a key.
Yes, reader, I sat down. I did sit down eventually when it was clear it wasn't going to be a 30-second exchange. Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing.
But why? You're right. Like, why? That's how it was at Disney World, too. Like, we stayed at a fancy place, and it was very much like, have a seat. It's like, I've got 46 bags and 92 children. Like, why would I want to have a seat?
And Disney World is right over there. Can I please just be done with this part of it?
Right. We're not here to sit in the lobby and experience it. Get me out of here. Amy, how about we finish with a speed round?
Got it. Let's do it.
You ready?
Yes.
How about shirts that don't have shoulders?
Like the cold shoulder thing, right? Like they have straps, but then, yeah. And those are kind of over now, right? Like I think those are mostly on clearance racks at this point.
I think so. We go to some mom conferences and mom events. And I will say there was a couple of years where like the cold shoulder, they call them cold shoulder because it's just a hole at your shoulders. I don't know who came up with this idea. I think they look terrible on everyone, and I'm not a fan.
There's a picture of me right here on the wall. I wish you guys could see it. I'm wearing a dress that has a cold shoulder thing. It was like a beach picture of our whole extended family, and like it'll be forever 2018 when I look at that picture.
Amy, needing scissors to open scissor packages.
So a package of scissors that you need.
It's a good one.
That shouldn't be. Those should definitely tear to open.
It's a good one. Candles on cakes. I thought the pandemic ended that. Went to a party recently and the kid blew all over the cake. I just was at a birthday party and they had sparkler candles and they were like, yeah, we're done with blowing on cakes. We know that's disgusting now.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, is there another way? Could you wave your hand over them to blow them out? Not really, right? That just...
I think you got to move to the sparklers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Or you just forget. Like you just were like, we're going to just do a mind wipe and forget.
Just sing happy birthday.
Junk mail. We already know how you handle your junk mail. We've already discussed this. You throw it out in the lobby.
I sort on the way in. Yes.
You sort.
Do you have that sorting mechanism set up? You were going to move to my apartment building and then we decided, no, you could just have a...
Would you like to take 9 guesses about whether or not I set up a mail sorting system? I did not. Slime people, no more slime. We were very recently gifted slime. And it was a close enough friend of mine that I was like, do you hate me? Like, who gives someone slime?
Yeah. People talk about how it gets into your rug.
That's it. I have it from the new slime. I'm banging on my table in fury. I have a new slime stain.
That's it. Like you cut off that part of the rug or just have it there and close. Was it ever that fun, slime?
There has never been a moment of joy, only moments of tears that have resulted from slime.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
Someone says getting carded. Why am I still getting carded at the grocery store? I have good genes, but I know I'm not under 21. I feel I have to say I was carded the other day at a diner when I ordered a drink. And I literally laughed at the guy. He said, do you have ID? I had not brought my wallet because I was with my husband who was paying because I'm a 1950s housewife, apparently. But I just literally laughed at the guy. And I was like, that table of kids over there are all mine and they're all teenagers. It is literally physically impossible for me to be under 21. And he brought me a drink. But I did not mind being carded. I felt it was complimentary.
I don't mind. Yeah, I mean, I mind it when it's like, oh, my wallet's in the car. Like, really? I have to go out to the car to get my ID, but I'll take the win, even though I know they're just doing it because they do it to everybody.
Amy, let's finish strong with a random one that really tickled my fancy because it is annoying and I hadn't thought about it. Schools teaching reduce, reuse, recycle by letting kids make crafts out of other people's trash. Have you had this? Trish says, seriously, I don't need a gross used soy milk carton boat for our tub or a box that could have been recycled, transformed into a mansion. I really laughed because I get the idea. Listen, good on you for trying to teach, but like the solution to our Earth's problems do not come from my kids making things out of our trash.
It comes from reduce. Like, I think we kind of forget, right?
We forget. And we always say this, right? It's garbage the minute it comes in your front door, not the minute you throw it out, right? It's like, That's it. That's where we hate goodie bags. That's where we hate like puppuccinos. Like, we don't need to create more and more things, but then don't make me make a silly hat out of the puppuccino cup because that somehow is saving the earth.
So we're going to reduce puppuccinos, bushy eyebrows, and the amount of slime.
We're reducing it all. Let's reduce everything that should not exist. That's what we've learned. That's how we've solved it today.
Yep.
We don't want this to be a thing. Friends, what we do want to be a thing is you reviewing our podcast. Yes?
Yeah. Review and throw us some stars. Give us a couple of, HBDs wherever you're listening right now.
Yeah. Instead of writing HBD on our timeline, give us 5 stars and say this is the best podcast that's ever existed. Share it with your friends. Help us spread the word. We know so many of you are doing that already, and we really appreciate it. And with that,
We sure do.
we will talk to you next time.
So long.